And so I was thinking about like this NWO theme, and I was like, oh man, I could put that on the shirt, WTRE. But
Yeah.
once I got the shirts, I started kind of rethinking things. And I had this idea around WrestleMania that we were going to push the logo of WTRE, but I didn't want to confuse people. So now I started looking a little differently to be like, man, would people think world title real estate? What's the change for a NWO style change, if you will? Why?
Right.
So then I was like, man, all right. So I pulled back on the promotion on social media. And I really haven't worn the shirt very much because I want to kind of keep it a little quiet. Not that, I've got gazillions of millions of followers yet, but
I get that.
so here's what I'm thinking. And I would love your opinion on this. EXP has a luxury division.
Right.
I don't really have a luxury brand just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do I use this logo for luxury?
For luxury.
I don't know if it matches, but at the same time, I kind of like the idea that it doesn't match other luxury.
I see
right?
what you mean.
Right?
See what you mean. And I was going the same. I was thinking the same thing. Like it doesn't look like a luxury logo. It's not like a clean luxury logo. Like if you just think of a luxury logo in your head, you can think of like the clean lines and the sleek fonts and whatever else. It's not that, but people do business with the people they know,
Right.
not those more. So that might help you stand out a little bit more. So I don't know. That's a good idea.
It may.
But then, how
Yeah,
often? Luxury, is that something you were thinking of getting into? Is that something you have easy access to where you are in your market?
I could definitely, and with the EXP luxury piece, I think it has to be like 700,000 or something like that. It's not a
Right.
horrible or something that's out of the realm of what we do. And I
Okay.
mean, I've got a new listing that's right there that I could potentially put as a luxury listing. So it's those things that there's opportunities, and especially here in Westfield, we have numerous $1 million homes. And
Yeah.
so is it something I would like to get into? Yeah, definitely. It's a totally different market, but that's where it's like, all right, hey, could I get to that?
I'm just thinking about where I work. It's small town. I mean, the Spanish market's completely different anyway, price wise, because like the average income's way lower, the cost of living is like way cheaper and stuff like that. So when I talk about apartments for like 70,000 euros here, that might blow your mind, but for here, it's kind of normal. I mean, that's a cheap one in today's market, but those are the prices that were. The last apartment I sold was 100,000, and that was kind of like asking price slightly over the market because there's a lot of demand right now.
Oh,
To
really?
give you an idea of how things are.
Yeah.
So when you're in a market with extremely cheap properties like I am, I don't know how to say this without sounding like an asshole. You get certain types of clients,
Sure.
which bring their kind of problems. And I'm talking about negotiations, sales falling through because of like $2,000 or 2,000 euros. Small amounts which are completely change the tide of the negotiations in a sale. Whereas we were talking about like a 600,000, 700,000, 1 million euro property, nobody's going to bat an eyelid about the 2,000 euros.
Right.
They offer the 500 euros. My last one was 500 euros. They were fighting over 500 euro difference in the offer. And I was like, pulling my hair out, like, should I just give them the 500? I don't know what to do.
Right. You're right. Exactly.
Yeah. You wouldn't get that with the luxury properties, I don't think. But for me, not being in that market, it would be interesting for me to see what kind of problems they bring, because I don't know, I feel like they would be they're much more specific on what they want. and I feel like they might be the kind of clients that you show them like a whole bunch of properties and they don't like any of them because they want this one specific thing just because they've got the money to do it, kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense,
Right.
but it's
Right.
interesting for
Yeah, it does.
the problems, the difference in the problems that the clients bring when it's low income markets to like the luxury kind of the buyers or
Yeah.
sellers. So that would be I don't know, that would be something fun to discover.
Yeah. It does. I mean, I've dealt with a handful of higher dollar agent or clients. And
Yeah.
it's a different mindset. But it's funny because you mentioned, those 70 euros, 70,000 euros, very similar, to we have $70,000 homes here, they're a little run down. They need some repairs and whatnot. Um,
Mhm.
and I know that client that you're speaking about because they do.
Right.
It's so weird, and you have to kind of break away from that to get to that middle echelon. And then
Yeah.
when you get to the $1 million homes, a lot of them have similar mindsets like the $70,000 or 70,000 euro mindset, where it's like, hey, it's XYZ and this is what it is, And I
Yeah.
think it's a little bit, and it comes off a little different on a higher dollar um, property versus a lower dollar property, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
relations or correlations, I should say.
Yeah.
There really
Yeah.
are. So, but yeah, in the end game, I would love to be part of it.
Cool. Cool. No, that's interesting. The hard part about getting into luxury would probably be um finding sellers, I think. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and that's where I'm trying to work my marketing. And if I
Right.
could get into these neighborhoods that are, it's going to take some time. They're going to
Yeah.
have to know, like, and trust me, right? And
Exactly.
so it's that's where, all right, I have to run my business like I do now, and in
Yeah.
time, I could build towards that luxury if I market the right way, right?
Right.
And that's kind of how I'm running the business. Is like, cool. I'll call my expireds. I'll work everybody. I'll do my things and make that all happen. And then in the meantime, try to market to some luxury, especially here in Westfield. If I could stay super close right here, great, even better. And then if I get more business elsewhere, then that so be it. I could be picky and choosy at that point.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Definitely.
And then you look at a model like EXP where it's an 80-20 split. Now I'm going to hit cap quicker.
Yeah.
So
That yeah, that puts it all into perspective when it comes to especially the higher commissions like that in the luxury market. Um, yeah, I've had a a bunch of agents come over recently, and the main reason being the commission split, because where they were making just about half of what they would make now in EXP.
wow,
Yeah,
that's huge.
I don't know. It really does. They just sit down and they say to me on some of these calls, I do the same amount of work, I sell the same amount of homes, and I make almost double the amount of money. Like, what am I doing? It's
Right. Like, duh.
I, I know that company culture is a huge thing,
Got
um,
it.
which we respect. Maybe you're the friends that you have there in the office or whatever, and you like that companionship when you're in the office and the fun and the jokes and everything else and the nights out or whatever. But at the end of the day, we got to put food on the table, and if you can put twice as much food on the table or the same amount of food for twice as long, well, that's what it's all about. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, and it's just that stuff. I mean, you talk about culture. I mean, we've got an amazing culture. If getting together, like you said, and doing outings at night for dinners or drinks or whatever, you can do that stuff. There's nothing that holds anybody back. And we never say you can't build an office. You could have your own office. Just
yeah,
EXP's not EXP. The company is not going to build it for you. Um,
exactly.
and they'd rather give that money back to us as agents. So I mean, so that's where it's just that bigger picture overall, man. Um, but when agents see that, man, I can make double for doing the same thing. Like, it should be a no-brainer. And it's just getting that message out, and they'll either come or that brokerage will have to change, be forced to change. And then what's their longevity if they change the brokerage split or dollars, what have you, which probably won't be sustainable.
Right, exactly. And it's I think, was it the last ICW we did, we spoke about it also depends on who explains the model to you, because we could explain it one way and then somebody else explains it a different way, and it just sounds like two different businesses altogether.
Yeah.
But it's still the same EXP model, so that's a huge thing. If you're listening to this, you've only listened to the EXP model once, I challenge you to get two more people to do it for you, just to see the difference of how it's done, how it's explained. Because some people are just going to sell EXP to you the way that they want to, whereas other people are going to really listen to what you need right now in your business and help you make that happen through the EXP model. And then some people will tell you this isn't for you. Look somewhere else. We can't help you, whatever. So, that's what I would do.
It may not. It may not. I was just making some calls and talking to some agents too, and we don't know. We don't know if you're a fit for us or we're a fit for you. And it's got to be a two-way street. It's not a one-way street.
Yeah.
And so, I challenge those people too.
And that doesn't matter whether you're new in the business or whether you have a team of like 20 agents. For some people, it's going to work. For some others, it doesn't matter what level of experience you're at, which I think we also spoke about with Frank in the last week. Yeah, we'll get someone else to explain the model to you and just discover and compare, and then lie awake at night thinking about it all the time. That's what usually happens.
It is. Well, and that's it too, brother. It's funny because even when I talk to people the first time and I show them a few things about EXP, they're like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm like, "We haven't even scratched the surface."
Yeah.
Because we have so much, and it's like there's so much in that arsenal. So it is, when you're looking at one video, check out a second video and understand it, and go to like one of those live ones that we do. Eric Orland does one. Jesse Zagorski does one. That come in and check it out. And there's a couple other people. I'm sorry, I can't remember. What's that?
There's a bunch of them.
I got John Sy is who I was thinking of. He does one as well. So it's just amazing leaders that are doing this to help keep people informed.
Right.
It's totally awesome.
Right. Definitely. Well, what have you got going on? Is there anything interesting and exciting happening, and anything that you want to share? Anything cool? Anything?
I've got, man, production's picking up a little bit. So that's exciting. It's super weird this year. We're feeling that shift of the market. What we've got within the market, we're seeing it get to a normal market where inventory levels are rising. We here in the United States, we've got the interest rates that are fluctuating. People are anticipating it to go down.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if those interest rates will go down, but that's where during the summer, where we're usually the busiest, a lot of realtors here locally weren't. And so that's fascinating. But now third quarter started and everybody's getting a little bit of work again. So it's great to be boots on the ground. So that way I could see what's going on, so I could be informed. And then at the same time, watch all the numbers of what's truly happening. And that's a really good piece. So that's where I'm grateful. I've got 2 new listings going live this week, talking to a buyer about a couple properties that they're interested in, met with another buyer last week. So people are anxious and they're interested. So I love to see the production piece. And it's, again, from a buyer seller standpoint, they need to be educated on the market. no matter what area of the world that they're in. Education, you know,
It's true. It's true. And
truthful
it's
education. Don't just make it up, right?
right, right. That's when you'll discover who the real passionate realtors are, and the people that aren't just here for the money and for the nice Mercedes and whatever else. It's the people that really truly understand the market and can help educate you on whatever it is that you're looking to do within real estate, invest, first time buyers or whatever. So and it's interesting because it's very similar here in Spain. I think that this year has been last year was really good. It was a really hot market, I felt like, all year round. um at the start of this year, everyone was talking about how this year is going to be better, and it is. Production wise, I've slowed down personally, but that's because I'm focusing more on the
Right.
team and then and everything else. But I'm seeing way more movement with them. That being said, I've got two under contract at the moment. I did a listening appointment today. I think we're signing that tomorrow. And there's a funny story behind that. So even though I'm not as active as I was like last year, for example, I'm still seeing a bunch of stuff going on with me. And that's, if I'm seeing it, then anyone can see it.
Yeah.
If you're not seeing anything, you're just not doing the work. That's how it is. But yeah, I had a listening appointment today, and the guy was an Irish guy. He was drunk, and it was like 11:30 a.m. And he was sat on the. So I was out in the street looking at the property. I wasn't sure which one it was, and I could see inside this guy like waving at me from sitting down on his couch, like he didn't even get up. And he was like, "Oh, just come in, come in, come in." I was like, "Okay." And he was sat on the couch with his shirt open, a huge like Jesus Christ cross like tattoo on his chest, like really Catholic Irish.
Wow.
Feet were up on the table, and he had a beer in his hand, and you could just smell it from him. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Brother, if I everything we talk about today, are you gonna are you gonna remember all of this in the morning?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah." And so yeah, that's why maybe it'll be going under. I'll be getting that listing tomorrow. I'm not so sure yet. So we'll see. I might call him tomorrow. He's like, "Who are you?"
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
that's how
no,
I remember that the alcohol is like spinach for Popeye. So just give him a couple of beers, and he'll be right back up again.
we'll
So
be right back. Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
never happened to me before. So it's so strange. So many years in the game, and there's always something new that happens. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but we'll see. Uh,
I dig it. Well, I see the hair getting longer.
I know I need to do something about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Should I leave it or just shave it all off again?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm going to shave it off again. Screw it.
Like keep it bald.
Yeah, yeah. Well, not all the way, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm used to it now. So my wife said it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I saw an old picture of you with hair and I was like, oh man, like, yeah, he looks so different.
Yeah, yeah. I think I look better like this, to be fair.
I do too. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
do.
you're good. Oh man. No, it's good. I know you've been doing a lot of work too. And I mean and it sounds like it's so funny to me because I'm in Indiana in the United States, obviously, and you're out in Spain in Alicante. And we have such parallel lives.
Yeah.
And it blows me away, that we could live on these other parts of the world. And you've got production that you were telling me today. Hey, I had a couple appointments doing your things. You know, got a couple listings, this, that, the other. It's just like, dude, we're like the same way. I've got some
It's.
activity. It's so interesting.
I think that if you're in real estate and you've been doing it for a while, maybe not if you're new, but if you've been like for me, I've been in it since 2018 or 2019. I don't know, like
Mhm.
6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Um, I think you can do it anywhere in the world. The only thing that changes is like the document side of things and like
Oh
the
yeah.
actual process, how the sale goes through and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, working with a seller and working with a buyer, I think it's the same everywhere. Every seller thinks that their house is the best, and they're going to want more money than what it's worth, probably most of the time.
Right.
Yeah, and then every buyer wants the best house ever for as cheap as possible. And that's an international thing. I really do think that I could maybe go to Indiana and you could come to Spain and we could probably still do business. We would just need to learn the ins and out of the actual process, the sale process itself.
Well, it's 100% accurate, man. And I say that a lot because I think, back in the day of real estate, with your old fashioned models, that they would have franchises. And so that's what was the difference, because it was competition from the franchise here to the franchise there. And it was direct competition where, after 2009, it was like, well, we could help each other around the world without any franchises. And it just looks so different. And it's just that. And that's what it boils down to, is that, yeah, you're building relationships with the buyer, you're building relationships with the seller, right? And then
right, anywhere you are, the sellers have the same problems in Spain as they do in the US usually, or very little change.
Yep. I mean, you look at it. I mean, it's the economy. The economy's down, or whatever. And if it's down in the United States, it might affect the whole world. I remember when the election was going on back in November, and everybody, once Trump got reelected, people in other countries were like, "We're just going to wait to see what happens come January, February." Like people in other countries were stopping. Just, everything. And like, we're watching the United States right now.
Yeah.
We're just going to wait. Yeah. And it's that, so, and that stuff, obviously we can't control it. So you just have to roll with it and adapt and be there in the moment. So
that's it. No, it's good. It's good to see production with ourselves and within the organization also. And it's good to see agent growth in the organization also. It's cool. It's cool. We're on route to our goals.
Yep.
I think still, good few. There's still time this year to crush it.
Yep.
So I'm happy with 2025 so far.
Nice. Good, brother. Me too. We got 4.5 months till the end of the year already. Crazy.
Yeah. So much can happen in 4.5 months, though. It doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot.
It does. Yeah. 4.5 months. Yeah. I'm ready. Pedal to the metal, baby.
Do it. Let's do it. Well, it's been great seeing you again, Jason. I think
awesome, pedal.
Yeah.
Always great to see you, man. I'm glad. We're back in black today.
Yeah. I have very little, what would I say, wardrobe variety. It's literally, I have black t-shirts or white t-shirts. That's it. Yeah, I waste no time getting changed. I'm like, oh, whatever my hand lands on first, it's either going to be black or white. So, yeah.
Hey, that's wonderful.
Yeah. But
I love it.
On a serious note, if anyone is listening to this and you're not with an EXP, but I don't know, there's a spark there and you want to discover more, get various different people to explain the model to you, me or Jason being one of them. I'll just throw that in there as well. And then get a couple of other opinions, because it's not the same when one person does it that maybe does it focusing on their own problems rather than yours, or whatever. So yeah, reach out to us if you need any help, if you want us to explain it, if you have any questions, and we'll hopefully see you in the next ICW.
Love it. Have an awesome day, brother. Great to see you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.